You had Spurs finishing 6th.
Yeah. Well, mine hasn't changed in that I've included Everton. Let me just see. It hasn't changed that. It hasn't changed that much. But yeah, Spurs. I mean, I don't know where to start with them. Body language of the players says a whole lot more than maybe the scoreline suggests. And then as you looked at this game and as it developed and you contrasted them with Everton. So for instance, I'm looking for somebody to lead from midfield for Spurs. And I don't think they have that player. I don't think they have the player with the craft or the guile. I don't think they have a player who they can go to as an out ball, as James was for Everton today. Somebody you can just give the ball and hope for them to do something with it. So as a result, who do you turn to? Is it Sissoko? I don't think he has the passing range. Son is more counter-attacking player, and you saw that when he dropped into midfield. They just don't have anybody, and as a result, the only way I see them winning games is on the counter-attack. If you sit in, nobody, they don't have anybody to break you down. So it's going to be frustrating for Spurs against teams who have figured them out, and I don't think that's a hard job to do this season.
It's difficult to be optimistic, isn't it, if you're a Spurs fan, Don, given what you saw today?
I think so. Where I see Spurs struggling, as obviously Shaka pointed out in midfield, Lo Celso has to be that man when he's fit. But I see them struggling at the back. When you look at Tottenham up front, you think, well, there's reliable players like Son and Bergwijn, Lucas Moura, Harry Kane. There's goals there, so they will score goals. But I don't see them dominating games, Dan. I don't see them having the ability in midfield to dominate the tempo of the game. And I always think with Tottenham, especially last season and obviously match day 1 today, they still look vulnerable. They don't look as though they can keep a clean sheet. Everton could have scored 2 or 3 today. And that was the theme when I watched Tottenham last year. Great going forward. Many a side in the Premier League would take their top 2 or 3 players. Defensively, more work to be done, because Davinson Sanchez first come into the football club from Ajax, and I thought, unbelievable signing. His confidence has been knocked. Alderweireld has stayed on. I don't think he's the same player he was probably a couple of years ago. So Jose's going to have to find some defenders.
Mourinho came out after the game, Don, and said it wasn't really an excuse, but he wasn't happy with the fact that the free kick that led to the goal was taken 5 yards away from where the incident actually happened.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Jose picking at something, isn't it? I mean, Jose's never really going to come out and say, well done, Everton, you absolutely pumped us in midfield and we couldn't get the ball off you. Because for the first 20 minutes, they couldn't actually get the ball. Everton was sensational, keeping the ball away from them. So I get his argument, but I don't buy it. It's something that Jose always latches onto when something's gone against his side. He was streetwise. He saw the situation, but his players are not streetwise, and they didn't deal with the situation. How about probably having to go at Eric Dyer for allowing Dominic Calvert-Lewin a free header?
How long has he got left, Frank?
Not too long. I think if he keeps on doing like that, I think I give him three days. Three more football game. Now the thing is, I take an example. Is 0-0 at home against Everton, and put Dele Alli out and put Sissoko in, which I think it's already a mistake because you have to go forward. But you're going to see for the second half, Sissoko changing position according to the people who were coming in and coming out. So, in fact, I don't understand the tactic of Mourinho. I don't even know if there is an offensive tactic. But if you want to win at home, I don't think even if Dele Alli had a poor game, you don't give him at least 15 minutes a chance in the second half to prove that he can do better than he did in the first half. But in any case, you put Sissoko in to replace him, hoping that you're going to have a good thing offensively. That's where I think Mourinho has a brain upside down and doesn't know what to do. And on top, when you see and Shaka mentioned that, the body language of Son, Harry Kane, Dele Alli, they're already against Mourinho. So if you lose, and if you are losing the dressing room, yeah, I'll give you, when I say 3 days, 3 other football games before he can go.
When's the last time Dele Alli had a good match, Don? It's been a long time, hasn't it?
That's a worry, because there's obviously a player in there, but he's lacking confidence. He had a few injuries last season, but I think he's one of the players at Tottenham that needs to get himself going, because he's far too good of a player, Dan, to be, you asked that question, and I'd probably say 1 or 2 games last season, that's not enough. When he first got on the team, I remember him scoring braces against Chelsea. I remember him dominating games. He was physically very strong. He was running in behind Harry Kane. He was a threat every single game. I don't see it in him now. He's lost half a yard, and that's down to injuries, but I think he needs to get himself going in terms of his own mentality. He needs to find something and look in the mirror, not blame everyone else. Have a look in the mirror and find out what he can do more.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.